Get your shot glasses up, we ain't sipping no tea. This is Hennessy and story time, Ashley. She's a major off in college, went to Alabama, but she grew up in Georgia, this ain't Atlanta. This is real life stories, everyday event. Everybody got their opinion, and 2 cents. Getting ready with me, she be slaying them wigs. I ain't talking about my weight, but she do it big. You can like, comment, subscribe.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Holiday Season, and I'm back with another story time. Make sure y'all hit the like button, make sure y'all hit the post notification bell, make sure y'all, most importantly, subscribe to this channel. Make sure y'all comment something, tell me where y'all from, tell me some ideas, what I need to do to kind of make sure like I'm staying in the algorithm. Just like engage with me, tell me, just, you know, engage. So make sure you got you something healthy to eat, drink you some water, make sure our skin is glowing, make sure, you know, we could, you know, make sure everything is great. I just feel so good. I'm just so happy that I could sit in front of you guys and tell you about this story, because long time ago I wasn't able to talk about this subject. But as you already know by the title, this is a story about how my man was cheating on me with the gas station girl, the cashier, y'all. And there's nothing wrong with cashier. I've been a cashier before too, but it was just the fact you was cheating on me with the cashier. Okay, so yeah. So this was during a time where I had basically was taking time for myself. You know, I was just like, you know, when I say time for myself, I'm just saying like figuring out what it is that I really want to do. Like this was a very pivotal time in my life, and like I just gotta let y'all know that, right? And at this time, I was with this guy. We're gonna name him Cancer. Like I already thought about his name. His name is gonna be Cancer. And basically, it was during a time where I felt like he was older than me. So it was like, you know, people who older than you, they're more wiser. So they already know like whether the relationship is gonna work or whether it's not gonna work. I just kind of felt like he always knew the relationship wasn't work, but I was there still trying to make it work. And we both did stuff that was like, you know, just too much at times. But it was just like, yeah, a lot of times I used to fault myself for a lot of stuff that happened in this relationship, but at some point in time you just got to move on. And yeah, so I'm just get started with how everything started. So like during this time I just used to do like independent contractor jobs, meaning like Instacart, maybe DoorDash, stuff like that, right? So during this time, like, I would spend a lot of time with one of my friends, like, and we would just ride around doing those orders. And I feel like once you dedicate yourself to that type of stuff, you really could make a lot of stuff. So like, you could really make a lot of money. So, like Cancer would be getting a little jealous because I'm hanging out with her or whatever, and it'll just get like aggravating because I'm like, I'm working, I'm having fun, but I'm working at the same time making money. So we both have like income coming in, right? And I'm not gonna get into what he used to do, but you just know, what does everybody say when somebody do something for a living that they ain't got no business doing? Okay, so we already should know, just like use your imagination where he did for work. So you know, like this particular day, I'm just noticing like the vibes have like really changed, like all the time. It was always like something wrong. Like if I spent too much time away from him, it was almost like I had to cater to his feelings a lot. So I'm on the phone with my friend. I'm like, you know, today he ain't really being like tripping. This day he was kind of awkward. Like he wasn't acting the normal way he would act. So I'm like, a little bit more in his phone, a little bit more, oh, I gotta go do this, I gotta go do that. Okay, yeah, you gotta do this. So one day I'm just watching him. I want to show y'all. Let's just say this is my phone. He in his phone like this. And then like while I'm in my phone, he'll look up like this. I'm like, so I'm watching him in his body actions or whatever, like, and like, you know, like people's actions speak louder than their words at times. So he looking at me, and then all of a sudden he like, I'm gonna go handle this real quick and I'm gonna be right back. So I'm like, okay. But usually when he would do that, I would just get up and go do orders or something with my friend, because like she was always available, and I'm like, let's just capitalize off this, just go make some money. So we did it or whatever, right? Instantly I get a call, like he knew I'm finna go or something. He's like, where you about to go? I'm like, I'm finna go do some orders, like, you know, blah 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 blah. He's like, I thought you were supposed to stay to the house till I got back. I'm like, I'm not staying to no house. So yeah, whatever, right? So that day go on by, we doing orders going on like usual. So his sister had, Cancer's sister had called me and was like, hey, and like, this the thing too, it's gonna be some story times about her, because I just felt like at times you weren't genuine, and a lot of times don't get too involved in the other person's family a lot, because it's just like when stuff goes down the drain, it's so heartbreaking. Like, sometimes you can't deal with the hurt that it brings sometimes or whatever, but whatever. So she was like, do you want to go to this, do you want to go to such and such? I ain't gonna say the city or the state, but it was gonna be out of town. I was like, yeah, let me go ask Cancer, do he want to go, blah blah blah. So I'm back at home, he walk in, I'm like, do you want to go with such and such? We're gonna call her Shorty. I'm like, do you want to go with Shorty to this place, blah 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 blah, right? He's like, man, you already know I ain't really got no money for that, this and this and that and that. I'm like, it's just only for a couple days. Like, we got a little something. Like, we have a little something, right? So I'm like, he was like, you can go, whatever. I'm just gonna stay here, which was awkward. That was very awkward for me, but it was just like, I understand where he coming from, because really, I don't have a lot of money either, but I was still gonna make like it a thing to go. And I really felt like I shouldn't have went. Y'all, so fast forward, we down there, and it's just like, this particular day, I call him. Like, I'm kind of, when I was away from him, I just kind of missed him so much, because when you're around somebody, you think a trip is going to go a certain way. Y'all, let me just get to this. The whole time on the trip, was it no call from him? Was it nothing? When I did call him, he had an attitude, y'all. Like, it was like an attitude like I never heard before. Like, why you got an attitude? Like, I didn't even say nothing. All I said was blah, 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 right? So he just had an attitude, y'all. If y'all want a story time about what happened on the trip, y'all just let me know in the comments. That trip was a story time within itself. So, like, it was even where I would try to call him and let him know, like, what's going on, aggravated. He didn't want to know nothing about what was going on. So I'm just like, okay, cool, whatever. Forget it. So then, why in the world, like, when it was almost time to leave, I said, let me text him, let him know, like, I'm on my way back home, blah, 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 right? No response. But I think his sister, at the time when we was on the way back home, his sister called him. So the sister, like, yeah, what you doing, blah, 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 just talking, like, everyday talking or whatever. So I'm like, why you ain't answer me? Like, you on the phone with Shorty, but you ain't really text me, your girlfriend back or whatever, right? He had hurt my feelings. Like, he showed his behind this weekend I was away. Like, I didn't know, like, a person could not be in your presence and still have so much mental control over you, right? So I'm like, don't ever let nobody have that much mental control over you. So I'm just chilling. I was just chilling, like, we riding down the road. I'm like, he didn't even text me back or whatever. So on the phone, he ended up asking me a question, but he was talking it was like he was talking at me. When somebody say you talking at him, like, in a way that is kind of like, you asking me a question, but you're not talking to me, you still talking to Shorty. So he like, yeah, she got an attitude now. And that was the thing, he would always do that when we got around her. It's like he would use us against each other. And like, still to this day, I feel like it's no way you change. I feel like you still kind of do stuff like that. Maybe it was because of who I was as a person. So, I don't feel like we was the best people for each other. Like, I don't feel like we was the best. Y'all, we were supposed to be starting the hourglass. So let me just start it now. I forgot to tell y'all about that. I'm looking right at it and forgot to do it. So basically, let me put it back. So I'm just noticing, like, I'm still thinking, like, on the way back home, I'm driving, everybody else in the car seat. I'm just really thinking, like, why is he acting like this weekend? Like, why did he pick the week, like, me to leave to act funny? Like, it's really weird. So whatever, when I get close to home or whatever, I'm like, I ain't gonna tell him I'm coming home. So then I walk in the house, and he's in his boxers sitting on the couch. So I'm like, whatever. And one thing about it, he changed his password to his phone, but he didn't know that I had already copped it. Like, I already know, like, dudes be thinking they so slick. You're not slick, babe. I've been watched you, and I know the code to the phone. So you think you changed, I'm gonna just let you think it changes. So something was just like, as soon as I walked through the door, I didn't say anything. I just checked that phone. When I tell you intuition was running through me, I just checked it. So he didn't flinch. He didn't flinch because he thought he had changed it and I didn't know it. So I'm in the phone. I'm in it. Go to it. Some say go to Snapchat. Go to Snapchat. Wait, was it? It was either like Snapchat or like the messages or something. It was his messages because he had an Android. I'm sorry, he had an Android, so the apps is getting mixed up. So some say go to the messages. Went to the messages. Why I see a thread? It say, "Hey boo, can you come?" So y'all, like, the messages was saying like, "Hey, do you want to come chill and watch football?" And I was like, "What?" Over this and this and this, and then I'm reading it, but I'm cool now. He ain't paying me no attention. He still watching TV, right? So I roll up. I mean not roll up, but I scroll up, and it was just like, "Do you want to meet at the effing spot?" The effing spot. F word spot. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? So I'm like, come to your apartment. He put your apartment. Y'all, this apartment was my apartment. Like, I really had to go look at the lease and make sure he didn't go put his name on it. Because how is you trying to invite somebody to my apartment? Have you lost your entire mind? The little mind that you do have left, have you lost it? I really think you have lost it, because you really gotta be kidding me right now. Y'all, when I tell you, like, I was so pumped up, like, my ears had a heartbeat. I swear. So I'm just reading. I'm like, can she come over to your apartment? And I threw the phone. Like, y'all, I'm sorry. Like, I ain't throw it that far, but I just, like, kind of like, can she come over to your apartment? I was like, what apartment do you have? He was just like, see, there you go. How you get in my phone anyway? This because he thought I ain't had the thing. I'm like, that's not even the point. What is it? He's like, man, stop tripping. What are you talking about? And I told him what I was talking about, right? So he's like, he could have said, Junie B. Jones went to the store and she came back and gave me her number. He could have said something dumb like that. It just made me so mad still. So I went in the room and locked myself in it, because I'm like, I gotta find something else. He like, open the door. I'm still trying to find something. I'm like, let me just act like this is my phone. Matter of fact, I should have had my phone over here, but I ain't got it because it's too distracting. So I'm on there, I'm just looking, I'm looking. Some say check cash out. I check the cash out. I'm like, because the person didn't have a name. So I'm like, I gotta know who this person is. It was almost like stuff was deleted too. Like, maybe over a period of time you had been talking to her, but now you're deleting it or something. It was just something like that. So I'm like, I'm up here with his sister. I don't even like his sister like that. And you sit up here cheating, this and this and this. I'm talking to myself, but I'm going off in the room. And one thing about me, I don't really want to put my hands on a man, because I don't want a man to put his hands on me. But it was just like, that day I kind of did. Anyway, I'm just like, this just getting on my nerves. Like, this is really irritating me. Like, I was so irritated because, like, the trip had been such a hell. Like, that trip was not a good trip at all. Let me just say this. The trip wasn't that bad, but I was aggravated on the trip. So it really wasn't like a vacation. It was like the whole time I'm aggravated on this trip. Get back home. You cheating. You telling somebody to come to the... Have you lost your entire... Are you kidding me? Like, are you serious? Are you serious? So I'm like, I gotta find out who this girl is. So I put, some say put the number into Cash App. That's how we got the whole Cash App thing coming. So I put the number into Cash App. It pops up. It's the female. Guess who the female is? Gas station girl. It's the gas station girl. It's the gas station girl. Okay, let me tell you this some tea about the gas station girl. The gas station girl used to live around the corner from Shorty, his sister. So this person also knew Shorty, which means Shorty had to know. And it was Shorty's idea to invite me out. I'm getting aggravated thinking about it. I'm finna get so aggravated thinking about this thing. It's like, you really thought. Like, that's really driving me insane. Like, it just, like, I really just, like, that's my thumbnail. That's my thumbnail. Okay, anyway. It was just driving me insane. Like, I couldn't believe it. So, I'm like, is this the girl around the corner from his sister? Also, the girl stayed around the corner from the sister. That's too much info, but yeah, I'm gonna just say that. So, I'm like, wait a minute. This is Shorty's friend. I was like, I really remember this girl coming over to Shorty's house. They like having a conversation. I remember Cancer even talking about the gas station girl with Shorty. I'm like, did Shorty hook? Anyway, I didn't even care about none of that or whatever, right? So at that point, I didn't care did Shorty hook him up, because at this point we had hung out. Me and Shorty had a good weekend. Like, I'm like, cool, whatever. Like, whatever. It's this man's fault. He did it. This ain't got nothing to do with Shorty. I didn't take it out on Shorty or nothing, right? I still was able to chop it up with Shorty, right? So I'm like, you got me so messed up. Like, I'm so mad. And like, he thought it was funny, y'all. This man thought it was funny. I guess he said when you go out and you do stuff, you think it's funny. And I kind of used to do. Like, it was like a very tit for tat with him. Like, always tit for tat. But for you to be so much older than me, I expected so much from you. And y'all, we're going to do question and A. So, I'm going to tell me some things where I can set up some question and answer so I can do question and answer video. Because I really like those. I love when people ask me questions. I love when y'all be nosy because I'm nosy. So, yeah. So, I'm just thinking about it. I called my best friend. I said, girl, why I see this in the, and it's such and such and da 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 da. She's like, who is it? I'm like, it's the gas station girl. Cause it's like, why you don't know? She like, the one around the corner from Shorty's house. I'm like, yes, that's the one. That's the one. She was like, friend, like, just calm down. You know, that she used to be the one like, girl, I think you kind of doing a lot, but okay, whatever. But she used to be right there with it. Like, we used to be right there with it. And that's one thing about it. Like, even though we had a bad, even though things did not end good between me and my best, like, person I used to talk to a lot, it's just like, it's cool. You know, like, I still respect you as a person and everything, but, you know, but it's just like, you know, like, great, dang, like, I just, at this moment, I'm just like, anyway, fast forward. So I'm just like, I gotta go find this girl. Like, I gotta see who this girl is. Like, I need to do some more. So we start digging. I sent her the girl. I sent my friend at the time the girl information, like, to look it up on Facebook. She was like, I found her. That's one thing about her. She used to be on it. She like, I found her, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, yeah. I was like, I see in the phone that they be saying, let's meet at this certain gas station, blah, 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 right? And I'm not gonna say a city. So I'm like, okay, tomorrow we gonna go. I'm gonna have to go there. So, y'all, the next day, my friend was like, let's go get something to eat. Like, that's the thing I used to love about her too. She would kind of try to take it off my mind in that moment, but we still would be on it, because I would still be on it. Like, it was no way I was gonna ever let it go. Like, he did that to me, right? I could not let it go. So we sitting at Applebee's. I'm just like, I was like, the girl had a husband. So gas station girl got a whole husband. You talking about meeting up at the effing spot. I was like, I'm finna just inbox her husband and tell her what she's doing. Like, y'all, that's messy. I'm sorry. Like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna inbox him. And then my friend was like, you really wanna do that? I was like, yes, I do. Because I don't even know if they even did anything. Like, here I am with this guy that I think is in a relationship with me. You over here trying to meet up with her. You supposed to be, you know, working, and you're not working. You're doing other things. You're doing stuff that ain't got nothing to do with stuff. And I just felt like at this moment, you got me out of town with your sister to confuse me. Not only did you confuse me, you treated me like when I got there. So I'm like, I'm finna inbox her. So I'm I'm up there typing something in, like, I'm up there trying out certain stuff, like, how do I tell her? Hey, Barbara, did Shirley? I'm like, no, I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm like, your wife, do. I'm like, no, that's too forceful. That sound like I'm too mad about it. So, like, as we talk about it, whatever, I think I end up sending a message, but I end up deleting it because I was like, I looked up his. Y'all, why the world we used to be like this, y'all? I really do think I could be a private investigator. I had started looking up his criminal background as well, y'all. I saw that he had domestic violence on his thing. I said, no, I cannot be accomplice. I deleted that message and blocked him. Like, I was like, I just cannot. I don't want him to, you know, I gotta say DV. He had like some charges of DV, and like I gotta kind of say it low because I don't know if I can say that. Like, so I was like, I cannot be accomplice of this stuff because it's just like, you know, I want you to kind of talk to her, but not. I don't want it to be on my conscience, so I just deleted everything. I'm like, we gotta go there to that job. We gotta go to the gas station, y'all. She like, okay, yeah, let's go. Like, y'all, we was doing stuff like pulling up on them. So like we pull up to the gas station. As soon as we get in there, we sit. We was like, so how we gonna do it? Because we was just under the impression like this is an everyday day. She gotta be here like at this time. So we walk in there and we get us some snacks or whatever, y'all. Like, my heart is just racing because I'm like, is that her? Like, I'm looking at the girl, I'm looking at her. And I think the people who was in there knew something was up. So we go to the counter. I was like, is such and such here? And they were like, no. I was like, she work here, right? And after that, I kind of felt like they knew something was up. So they was like, she don't work here. But I think they were lying. They were definitely lying. So, and when we looked on her Facebook, that was definitely the store because she had like a picture in the store that was coherent with the picture, like with the scenery that was in the store at that time. So I'm like, this is the store, they just lying, like, or something, right? So at this time, keep in mind, I am not talking to Cancer at all. I'm not talking to him at all because I'm aggravated about that. Like, that really bothered me. Like, I'm not talking to him at all. He like, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? But I don't think he thought at this moment that I was this insane. I don't think he thought I would do that about him, because at some point I felt like he thought that I didn't really love him. Like, it was just that I don't think he knew I did all of that, and I didn't. I don't think I ever told him that I did all of that. So they keep saying that she ain't here. So I'm like, so when she's gonna get here? Like, when she gonna be here? Like, I didn't want to FIGHT her or anything. It was just like I kind of want to talk. Like, I want to talk to her because you have a whole husband and you're talking to my boyfriend. What would he think about that? I kind of want to come to her like that. I don't know why, but I kind of did. And like, my friend, she had kind of talked some sense into me too. She was like, really, you can't really be mad at her. You know, like, you can be mad, but it's just kind of like, da-da-da-da-da. Like, you got to be ready for whatever she's ready to do or whatever. And I'm like, she was there with me, you know. So I really wasn't really worried about, oh, what does she do this? What does she do that? And I was just like, and then she was like, she's an older woman. What does she kind of have a, like, GUN? I was like, yeah, you're right about that. So maybe it was a good thing that she wasn't there, because I knew I would have flew off the handle. Even though, like, everything that I said, all the emotions was going to come in. Everything was just like, it could have been so bad. And, like, showing up to that girl. So, y'all, we never, like, this was crazy, y'all. This was crazy. Because I know y'all like, dang, it was just text messages. You don't know if he came. But, no, y'all don't understand. Like, what if he did invite her there and deleted that? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then let's go back to the effing spot situation. I was like, what do you mean the effing spot? He was like, that's what we all say. Like, it's just a spot. And y'all would not believe, after this man got caught, I mean, like, after I wasn't talking to him for that day because we was searching around looking for the girl, it was like, this man hit me up and was like, hey, he knew I love Ross. Like, I love Ross going in there, finding like little stuff, you know, for good value, but good quality. He will be like, oh, you want to go to Ross? I said, no, don't talk to me. Take such and such to Ross. Like, I want to go to Ross so bad and like get that little shopping spree, but like at that moment I was just feeling like, I gotta stand on business about what I said, and I've been feeling this way for a reason, because I know y'all know the way I feel. Like, you just feel like you gotta be so hard now, but I know somebody would be like, man, I would have went to Ross, man. No, like, I wanted to go to Ross so bad, but I just felt like this is so messed up. Like, you really gonna put me through this, like, while I'm out of town with your cousin? Y'all, we gotta get into it. We gotta get into it, right? It's gonna be so many more story times about this person, like, and somebody used to work for a certain something, and remember, like, let's just say they work for a certain phone carrier, and while the world did, she ended up giving him like all access to my phone. And it was like my call log. Like, she taught him how to do these certain things. Like, he knew nothing about it. Like, he was kind of too like common sense, like stuff like that, like how you work a phone and stuff. This girl taught him how to do it. Like, once I started like getting my get back, his cousin slash sister, whatever they want to be, right, basically gave this man the tea to get in my phone. And it was up. That is another story. That right there is another story for you. Like, y'all just gotta think about it. Like, after that, I just went home or whatever. But I think, like, when he knew I was mad or whatever. Oh, let me tell y'all about what happened when, cause she called me. So Shorty called me. Shorty was like, so, like, you know, what's going on? You know, I heard that he did this and he did that. So she had heard about the story. And she was like, he said that you did this. Laughing. But whole time, like, I just felt like you were behind everything. Like, you were behind all of this stuff all along. Like, and she was like, I told him, like, you know, that's messed up. You know, if you're gonna be with her, don't be cheating, because if she did that to you, you gonna be mad. You said all that. So you said all that. Okay, anyway, yeah, but that's it for this story time. Tell me about the time that you caught somebody, you know, cheating, and what did you do? Like, y'all, let's get into it. And make sure y'all tell me, like, some apps so y'all can ask me some questions. I could do a video, like a Q&A or anything y'all want to know. Because, like, I done talked about a couple of people thus far. So, yeah, so make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit the post notification bell. And thank you for watching.
Hit that notification bell and tell your friends to tune in. She got some gossip to tell. Yeah.